Hello everyone, I'm Rafa and I'm an artist. That meant for me for a long time a core desire to show my art and myself as the artist that I am. But something happened and that made me doubt my art and myself. Because of course, my art is an extension of myself. And this led me to a long period of questioning my why as a person and many different tries to not be an artist and do something else. I'll tell you later on how that didn't work out because, here I am. And it's funny to me that I've avoided to do this exact thing for so many years now. And here we go. This is my first YouTube video, aka my acceptance that I have to put myself out there. And I hope it inspires you to find out more about yourself and finally start going towards the direction to fully become who you are. I just want to apologize about the wind because it's kind of like shaking the camera, but let's continue. So this is not going to be a practical video or a tutorial video or a vlog about a day in my life creating art with animals and plants and things. I love to do that some other time, but this is a reflective video where I'll talk about life hidden things. Things that are unknown to us and have the potential to create or destroy our path. But first, I want to contextualize you a bit. 9 years ago, I gave up on being an oracular artist, which is my passion. I had just graduated from Art and Communication College and I was so ready to do something with everything I learned. I was 22, at my peak, in creativity, energy, freshness, experimentations, and I could have most definitely created this whole internet project back then, share my art and build my career. I was skilled for that, but I didn't because I got scared. I let other people influence me in a way that I lost sense of myself and shut down my art flow. I let go of the most precious thing I have and have always had, which is my desire to create, to do my art, to do my thing, to see the spark in people's eyes when they see my creations. Those are all awesome feelings that I stopped feeling for years. Instead, I fell into the rabbit hole of I'm not enough, my art's not good enough, I'm a fraud, so I should be doing something else. Today, I'm 30, and this is me picking up on my 22-year-old that was such a sensitive soul that let herself be told and believed that her art was not an option. And I'm here today to tell you my experience with that. My experience with giving up on myself for basically 9 years. My conclusion is that it doesn't matter how long you take to remember what's important for you again. If you gave up on who you are, it will haunt you until you look back at it and solve it somehow. Because it's who you are. You can't run and hide from you. I've realized I've betrayed myself because I was raised to behave. So this is going to be a journey. Come along and let's dive deep into some of the mysteries we carry within us. Have you ever thought that the things that you're most afraid of shape your life? For example, if you're afraid of heights, you're not going to pick a career as a skydiver or a pilot. You might avoid flying, high staircases or elevators. Maybe you would panic driving up a hill, so you would avoid certain transportations and just stick to walking instead. Do you see what I mean? These fears create invisible boundaries that shape how we move through the world without even realizing it. Our decisions are not just based on what we want or think we want, but also on what we don't want and on what we don't know about ourselves. So this example I shared, it's a fear we are aware of, right? But what if it's not something we know? What if it's a fear we never even considered? Humans are social beings. In groups we thrive. It means we blend with others in such a way that it becomes hard to tell where our feelings end and someone else's begin. It's easy not to know what you truly fear, love, want, because a lot of it is influenced by our surroundings. And as harsh as it sounds, we are products of our experiences and influences. Our belief system, our likes and dislikes, everything was shaped. It's unsettling when we really think about it. But it's true. And if it's true, we have to consider it and be aware of it. We were shaped into what we are today. The society as it is, our community, depending on what part of the world we're located and all of the characteristics that come with that, our family, how we were raised, things that happened to us, good or bad, it doesn't matter. They all have their role in shaping us. Because we're social creatures, it's only natural we get affected by other people. But also, how dangerous is that if we don't be critical and continuously play this game, reinforcing the harmful patterns that brought us here in the first place? I want to ask you an honest question. And I would truly love to read your answer in the comments. Do you know what you need to let go of or walk away from to align yourself with creating the life of your dreams? For me, the answer to this question is how I got here. I had to let go of the need to perform a version of myself that was shy and afraid of rejection. And I had to walk away from old habits and ideas that I used as excuses not to fully be me, my artistic self, the version of myself that I love and that I have fun with. When we get so far away from our true desires and creativity is when we doubt ourselves. And when we doubt ourselves is when we freeze. And when we freeze is when we get afraid of not being enough. And this is when we start sabotaging ourselves. Because not being enough is not real. It's actually a trap. It's something our unaware selves might hold on to as an excuse to give up, shutting down the creative flow that permeates everyone and all artists. The truth is that society itself is a construct, and it does create illusions as part of its engines. And what is an illusion? An illusion is an idea or a belief that is not true, or something that is not what it seems to be. And I searched that on the dictionary. These illusions make us see ourselves as less than for countless reasons, but only through comparison. And comparison, that's another form of self-sabotage. Because, bottom line, you are unique. I am unique. Everyone is unique. Even identical twins are unique from one another. Each person has its own driving force inside of them, and it will take them somewhere. Everyone is different, and there's freedom in accepting our uniqueness. But by accepting our uniqueness, we have to also accept ourselves as a whole. So our weirdness, our flaws, our imperfection. Yes, humans are imperfect, fragile beings. This is our nature. Have you ever felt like perfectionism was holding you back from doing the things you enjoy most? So imagine how freeing it would be to let go of that distorted idea. That's what I'm doing. I'm embracing my true nature. I'm being imperfect. I accepted my imperfection. I am imperfect in every way, and that includes my art. People might not like my art, but I'll keep making it anyway because it's a part of me. And if they don't like my art, maybe it's because they don't understand it, or they're still caught up in the be perfect and behave mindset. These societal ideals of perfection often get into our minds, leading us to doubt our worth and most loved creations that didn't have the chance of being created, perhaps. Perfection plays a huge role in making us doubt ourselves. It's the main reason why so many artists quit. Over time, I've realized that being an artist isn't about achieving perfection. It's about pushing through the imperfection, you know? And what is perfection in the dictionary? Perfection is the state of being complete and correct in every way. This is the dictionary saying, to be complete and correct in every way. This is funny. It's funny because it's impossible to be complete and correct in every way. And if it was possible, how boring is that? That's like the opposite of life. Life flow, experimenting, creating, being free, being excited, joy, movement, real life flow. When you see an influencer that travels the world and have an incredible routine, your brain has a perception of that, even if you don't realize it. Actually, perfection is a perception. And a perception, dictionary answer again, a perception is a belief or an opinion often held by many people and based on how things seem. So yes, a perception might only be an illusion. Years of being a social media user taught me how easy it is to sweep uncomfortable feelings under the rug and keep scrolling. This scrolling addiction can make us lose willpower and control over our lives. We might even give up on our dreams because we see others living theirs in a few curated posts, making our perception to be that our dreams are so much work and our abilities are so much less. And as much as we are aware of the harms of comparison, it's tricky because our brain does it anyways. So, what have I done the last 9 years? I graduated in 2016, and then I gave up on art, so I immersed myself in yoga, meditation, tarot, and spirituality as a whole. I then became a yoga instructor and a tarot reader for a few years. And this is what awakened me to go back to being an artist. So I did. I invested in becoming a tattoo artist. So I must say that I have been an artist for some of that time. Well, I have been an artist my whole life because I have an artist soul. I was born this way. But what I mean is that I worked with art for some of that time, but not doing the art that I wanted to do and not the way that I wanted to be doing my art. And in that same period of time, I was diagnosed autistic at 27. And it was definitely mind-blowing and also made lots of sense, but that's a topic for another video. So I've concluded that nobody has the ability to give me what I want because what I want lives inside me. So I'm the only one with access to it. And to gain control over my life, I have to search about myself, identify and overcome my fears. It's my responsibility to be courageous and try, and to be able to spread my art around meet like-minded people, and have a great life doing exactly that, I have to start doing all the things. So I now have a website where I connect with like-minded people through my newsletter portal. Once you enter, you'll be the first to know about anything and everything I'm doing, upcoming tarot cards, videos, blog posts, and behind the scenes of my artwork. And I also run a blog where I share my final pieces and its meanings. I also talk about life, art, and oracular art, which is my passion. Sorry. It's my passion and also the answer to my why as a person. So this idea of connection leads us into the most important subject I want to present to you in this video. Our connection with ourselves is deeply linked to the unknown we carry within us. The things we don't know about ourselves can determine our path. Finding out our why can set us free from false beliefs about who we are and what others think of us. And this second one was what made me give up on my art when I was 22, and I was unaware of this stuff that I'm sharing with you today. When we lose touch with ourselves, we hide, we behave. The world will then tell us who we are supposed to be. We may even convince ourselves in this sabotage process that life will somehow sort itself out. But by experience, I'll tell you, the truth is that we must actively take part in creating our life, the life we desire, one that fulfills us and it's worth living. And this is also why I'm putting myself out there, to share my thoughts and experiences and hope it gets to the people that needs to hear it. So let's circle back to those hidden things we carry I mentioned earlier. The ones that have the potential to create or destroy our path. They play a huge role in our long-term happiness. Here's what I mean. Imagine you feel ashamed of something about yourself. That shame is a hidden thing. And the only way to deal with it and to figure it out is to figure out when and why you started feeling that way. That's one type of hidden thing. Something that can destroy your path. So now let's flip it. Another kind of hidden thing that could be discovering something you're naturally amazing at. It's that thing you love doing, the thing that excites you and never gets boring. Finding that passion is a hidden thing with the power to create your path. But both examples, shame and passion, are hidden pieces of you that need to be uncovered for you to live a meaningful life. If you don't take the time to uncover, map, and understand them, you feel stuck. But the moment you start figuring them out, you realize you're the one in control. You can shape your life however you want. You are a force of nature. So when you don't take charge of your own life, insecurities start to take over, and you end up waiting around for someone or something to save you. But if you want to thrive, you've got to realize how much you're really capable of. Figure out what works for you and what doesn't, and drop those limiting beliefs that keep you scared and playing it safe. It's about showing up as your whole, authentic self and letting the world see you for who you are. So, how did my attempts to do something other than art not work out? The answer is actually pretty simple. There is something inside me that constantly pulls me back toward art. And not just any art, but the art that I love creating. No matter how many times I try to get away from it, Of course, that's the artistic pull that brought me here. Now, I want my art to be seen. I finally got here, and here's where I want to be. And if you're still here watching this video, it probably means you feel the same pull that I do. The pull toward yourself, your inner self, maybe your artistic self. I think that's incredible. Imagine a world filled with happy, thriving people living the life that they desire. It sounds amazing to me. This is what we were born to do, to find out who we are. Now, there's something poetic that about all these dance things we talked about, and I want to share with you. So, it's poetic, and I'm gonna say it. Butterflies are free from the moment they leave their cocoon. Yes, it was comfy inside, I bet, but it had to leave their first home and use its magical wings. So it's time for you to let go of your old you too. I'm sure your wings are incredible, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who wants to see them. So I hope I was able to help you in some way that you needed, and that you know you're not alone in your journey. Below, you'll find links to the full online experience I offer, my newsletter, my blog, and my website. And if you felt my video was worth watching, please send it to someone that you think that would also benefit from it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss more content like this. Also, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to share in the comments who you are and if you've ever felt the pull that I talked about. I love to get to know you. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, bye.